What's good, my dudes? Welcome to another Zerstroyer video. This time we've decided to do a small podcast type thing here, which it's not really live, but it does feature a couple of people. I wanted to do this simply because I think it's a good way to give people insight into the struggles of a small YouTuber and what it means to be, trying to get to the top, trying to make it big on YouTube, which is such an immense platform right now and such a cutthroat competition place to be right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce my guests today. First off, we have ReefShug, aka the 10 millionth best YouTuber in the world. Hey, Reef.
Hi guys.
Hey. So Reef over here, from the moment I've met him, he had 71 subscribers. He's from the UK and he's 19 years old. Most of the stuff he does is horror games and basically funny moments from video games. Next up, we have Maubus from the US. Hey. Maubus, on the other hand, has 161 subscribers. He's 18 years old, and as I said, from the great United States of America. His content revolves around Xbox games and gaming videos, basically.
Memes.
Memes. All right, our third guest for today is Leilah from Leilah's Library. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, all right. Leilah is, this is an interesting entry, actually. One of the most interesting I've got since I've posted my ads on public Discord servers. She's from South Africa. She's only 16 with 22 subscribers, but what she does is book reviews on YouTube. Now, this is very intriguing for me, and we'll get to this later on. But yeah, just remember this one. And last but definitely not least is DoPews. Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey. So DoPews comes from Malaysia, actually, 20 years of age with 1.3 thousand subscribers. And yeah, with content based on gaming and reaction videos. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, there we go. So these are the very first people that have responded to my ads on public Discord channels that are basically just YouTube creator, hangouts. And they've all been interested in this, and I was just amazed with the amount of feedback that I was getting on how good of an idea this was. So the very first topic, and I think this is something that a lot of people do not think through before they start. But what exactly made you start doing YouTube? And let's start off with Maubus here. So what is it that triggered you into deciding, like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what like as a hobby or as a primary, like, career choice? Like, what made you go into YouTube exactly?
All right. I got really inspired by like Hush and Too Mad. I guess I really liked their editing styles and content, so I really wanted to be able to make videos like they could, even if I wasn't able to have them be viewed on the same scale as them. I just really liked the way they did that, and it was the first time I had ever thought, wow, I like that, like, in a way of, I see that as art, whereas I haven't really seen anything else as art before. That made me want to create something.
That's awesome, man. Like, for myself, I don't know, like, I do have a regular job, like a 9-to-5 job, and it's just like, I want to make people laugh with me, and I think I'm pretty good at having fun playing video games. I just need like a steady crew that's going to play with me, just bring around like a community of just people who like jokes, not really gameplay, because I'm not really particularly good at any game. But I just wanted to make, just have fun. That's my primary thing, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about Reef? What it is that made you go into YouTube, man?
Yeah, it all started, from when you're a little kid and you first find YouTube, and you find those certain YouTubers that you just watch every single day. And I just got inspired since I was a young kid, and obviously I tried to make my own videos when I was younger, but it's always been a dream to just make them. And I think it's those specific YouTubers you watch when you're younger, they kind of pave the path to what you do when you're older.
All right, that's yeah. I mean, I guess a lot of people are, coming from there, like, growing up with YouTube rather than Cartoon Network like I did, because I'm a bit older than you guys. I'm 28.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see your point. I see your point, man. Leilah. So Leilah, not only is the question for you is very specific, actually. Not only what made you go into YouTube, but what made you do book reviews on YouTube. This is what I want to know. And the reasoning behind my question is you're only 16, and you will not see a lot of young, like teenagers, doing anything related to books anywhere, especially like book reviews on YouTube. If you just Google book reviews, you'll just get a number of like 30 something people, right? So what made you do like this type of content on YouTube?
Okay, so starting booktube was starting YouTube was very weird for me because I started when I was 14. I saw my first channel, which was gaming, and then I since deleted that channel for many different reasons. But then booktube kind of happened because I've always liked reading books, and my opinions on them was always I had very hard opinions on books, but I never really had anyone to speak to about them. So I always wanted to make a YouTube channel to just kind of have a community where I can actually speak about books and where, you can discuss them and get different opinions, because I think that's really the biggest part of books is to discuss them. So I just wanted to
Yeah, I'm guessing that books are open to interpretation always, especially non profession specific books. That's what I'm going for. But yeah, it's amazing. Like when you contacted me, when I checked out your channel, it's only a couple of videos, right? It's not a big channel, but it's like the idea of a teenager in 2020 doing book reviews on YouTube. It just swept me off my feet. Like, there's no way this is happening. I'm so glad that I recommended you to all of the people that I know to just go out. This girl needs support. Like, this is so unique that I just want, I want you to grow. Honestly, I want you to grow more than I want myself to grow. To be fair.
That's so kind. Thank you.
Hey, no worries. I am genuinely amazed that there is a 16-year-old teenager out there talking about books in 2020, where everybody is obsessed with TikTok or I don't know, Instagram or whatever, and most of us, all of us here except you, are doing gaming videos for our YouTube channels, and it's only you, of all the people that even responded to my ads, only you are not doing anything related to games. Well, I just now learned that you originally had a gaming channel, but anyway, just going into book reviews is just amazing to me. And I want to hear from DoPews. Now, DoPews is from Malaysia. You will not see a lot of Malaysian content creators for gaming videos that are, kind of international. Most of these, Malaysia and other countries similar to Malaysia in that sense will generally have content creators that are local, focused on the local audience, right?
Yep.
So what kind of pushed you into going, talking in English and having, spreading so much that you now have a subscriber base of 1,300?
Okay, well, I think about my subscribers. My subscribers was, firstly, when I started YouTube, I do fake videos. It's not gaming. So that's how my subscribers came to me. And I told you that I stopped a few months, right? And then people kind of feel like I already stopped and they stopped engaging. So back to the question that you asked, what triggered my decision? Well, there's nothing much. I mean, I never decided to do it as full-time or to make YouTube as a profession, but as a hobby, yes, it's so much like that. It's just I like edit videos. I really like to edit videos, and even in high school or college, I always that guy at the back editing, shooting videos. Yeah, I'm that guy. Just one day I said, yeah, why not? I'm the one in that video. Yeah, that's all.
That's a fair point, man. I didn't expect anybody
I can
to
understand that.
come in here talking about like, oh, I just like editing videos. That's why I do it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's great, man. I mean, yeah, I saw your videos. It's pretty good. Like the edits are like beyond me. But I guess yeah. I mean, it's still amazing that you have. I mean, you are still a small YouTuber. Let's be fair. We all
Yeah.
are. But
We
still,
all had it.
like we have people here from UK and US, and there's this guy from Malaysia that just trumped all of us, man. Like he's doing his own stuff, and he's very good at it, and that's great, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So keep at it. So yeah, let's go on to the next thing. And by the way, before we proceed, I just want to let everybody who's watching this know that none of us know each other from before. So this group is completely random. What happened was I posted my ads on public Discord channels, and these guys responded, and that's all. I spoke to every one of them for like 5 to 10 minutes as soon as they messaged me. So because I wanted to check them out, I want to see their content, and I want to talk to them to see if they are talkable too. You know, if they are able to have a civil conversation. So this doesn't all go to. But nobody here knows each other. So this is why I'm asking all of these questions. And I want to give you guys an insight into what's going on behind the scenes of a small YouTuber. So, Reef, what is it that you struggle with the most while, you know, trying to get the content out, trying to get your subscriber count up, even though you're still very fresh at this? You're like 2 months in, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest obstacle for you? You know, what do you think slows you down the most in growing your channel?
I certainly think it's difficult with so many channels out nowadays, because the big channels have kind of settled into all of the trending content and stuff. If you're trying to make trending content, it's hard to battle with them unless you're really unique. Especially with a channel like mine, when it's just going for personality based and stuff. If you're trying to battle against others, it's hard to get up there, and it is like an uphill battle. But you know, when you enjoy making videos, you don't feel too many struggles, but definitely getting noticed is the trickiest thing.
Yeah, I think Maubus has something to say about this as well.
Oh yeah. A couple of things a few people have told me. A friend of mine, he actually quit YouTube, but he hasn't told me why. I asked him a couple of times, but he had like 300,000 subs, and him and another person told me the biggest thing you can do is go on as many social media platforms as you can. I like Twitter, Instagram, for me TikTok right now, and just plug your stuff as much as possible. So like what I've done most recently is I made a TikTok for my channel, and I upload clips of my videos, right? So basically just memes, gameplays, right? Like with music and memes added in just from my videos. And then in my bio I put, you can find all of my videos on youtube.com, blah blah blah, my channel.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and you get way more views, way more exposure, way more likes, and way more people interacting with your content than you would on YouTube, because people are generally not going to click on a video on YouTube that's got 20 views from somebody that's got 160 subs or what have you, right?
Yeah.
But on TikTok, you know, it's only like a minute long. People are going to watch it, you know. People are probably going to see it and say, oh, I like this. And it's easy to get thousands of views on there, and it's really, really helpful.
Yeah, I used to have an account on there, and I had 35k, and it's just so much easier than YouTube to just like bring out constant views on TikTok. It should be used. I should use it like again.
Yeah, it's you know, it's fast. It's easy to consume that content on TikTok. I guess much easier than YouTube. For example, I posted a video yesterday or 2 days ago, and I can't remember. It's half an hour long. It's just gameplay. And like who's gonna watch that except for the people who are actually interested in the game or actually interested in playing the game? Otherwise, nobody's gonna see it, right? But you know, I had fun. I still have fun playing the game. I'm not regretting that I posted it, because that's just one part. I'm gonna do episodes, but still, you know, I get the TikTok part. Now for Leilah, it must be different. You know, it's not the same type of competition you're getting. Is that right? Like compared to video game channels.
Yeah, I think like in BookTube community, it's a lot more accepting with like people. Like you try to build each other up, and you try to like shout people out when you can.
Get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I want to know as well. I can't even begin to imagine what it's like doing that, because I stopped reading like a couple of years ago. and I'm sorry.
Same.
I'm sorry that I'm like that, but yeah, I just have other things to do, I guess. So DoPews, you've gone from like 0 to what, 1,000, and then you kind of paused it for a
Yeah.
bit. So
Yep.
how did that happen? Like what was your experience going from 0 to
Oh.
making partner on YouTube?
Well, it's college.
Oh yeah. So it's just a bunch of editing and anything, doing
Yep.
it as a hobby. I'm guessing it kind of eases off the pressure a bit.
Yeah, even though I am good at editing, but I have low equipment, man. It's so hard.
Mm.
Unlike
tell me
when
about it.
I'm editing in college and high school, I get that all the equipment in school, in college, right? But for me, for myself, for my YouTube channel, I have none. I only have a laptop and a webcam here.
Wait. So just to make sure we understand this correctly, so the biggest part of your channel was grown from your school computers, right? Not from your own equipment. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's even more impressive than I don't know what are we like. You can do this by yourself, man. We don't have to be.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Most of your subscriber base, is that Malaysian people, or would you say it's like more people from around the world?
Oh, most Malaysians that subscribe to my channel is my friends, obviously. Only my friends, I think. But
So,
for engagement, most of it I get from somewhere America or UK.
That's pretty
Yeah, something
pretty
like that.
impressive.
yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's great. I mean, his content is not exactly video game channel. He does play video games, but he does a lot of reaction and like memes and stuff, So
Yeah, I love
that's
memes.
people love that stuff. People love that, and it's pretty similar to like the content type is pretty similar to TikTok. Like you would get like short funny clips out, and it's easy to consume, easy to watch, easy to follow. You don't really have to know like the guy who's talking about all this. It's just funny to watch. Even if you don't know him, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that thing in Malaysia, that thing is not very famous. But however, I really like that thing, so I do it.
Nice. So okay, so for DoPews, you aim to keep this a hobby, right? You're not planning on making this your full-time career, right?
Yet.
Right. And
Yeah.
and Leilah, what about you? I mean, you're still very young. You still have school, and like YouTube is just something you do along the way. But like,
Yeah.
if let's say you blow up in a couple of months and you get like 10,000 subscribers, do you think it will be better to stay on that, and put like other things aside, like a normal job, like quote unquote, or do you think like that should be still a hobby for you?
I think like the moment you take a YouTube channel and you turn it into a job, it becomes a chore rather than like a passion of yours. And if I do like end up making money from YouTube, I would rather use that money and like go into writing courses and things like that, so that I can like hopefully one day become an author or something along the right lines that are like related to books. So I don't know. I think I wouldn't do it as my main job, but maybe like a part-time thing alongside what else like everything else I do.
Right. So you don't feel like YouTube could be one's job and still a passion or an enjoyment for them at the same time?
I think it can, but I'm also the kind of person who needs to change what I do very often because I get bored very easily.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't want to take the risk of losing my passion for YouTube, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
You
understand.
wouldn't want to professionalize it and lose your, I guess, drive to, I guess, what's it called?
Passion or staying true to yourself.
Like, yeah, having fun.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what I think for myself. I think like committing to YouTube is definitely a hard decision to make, especially if you're not able to remain yourself in the process. If you lose that, like Reef said, basing things on personality. If your personality changes at some point when you, like, let's say you blow up and you just start talking about stuff you never talked about before. You can just
Or you
completely.
play
you
other
can.
games or things
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can. You can
yeah.
see. You can see some pretty successful YouTubers that, for example, let's take Jacksepticeye, right? He started off. He
Mhm.
was very shy. He even like his accent was different. Like he was
Yeah.
hiding behind this mask of like being an almost American kid who's just playing Call of Duty. When I say Jacksepticeye, do you think Call of Duty? No, you don't. Never, right? You just think indie games, horror games, or
I
reaction
think a lot of
videos.
like PewDiePie clone kind of.
Yeah, he's almost like a PewDiePie clone, but he's still like he remained like he actually. I think YouTube actually helped him break out of his shell for a good part, and
Yeah.
I think it was actually a beneficial thing for him as well as the community he built around him. The community that was built around him, and I think that
Yeah.
nowadays you would get a much more honest person. Honest version of Jacksepticeye than you would get at the beginning of his YouTube career. But we're not here to talk about big YouTubers, right? Yeah, as I said, for me, like this is just a side thing that I'm doing, and it's all about having fun. It's not never about like pro plays or like finding like clickbaity stuff. It's just about jokes and just enjoying the life that is video games, man. But I do hope I blow up someday. I mean, I think there is enough in me to please a lot of people, and I think that should be shared with the world. So why not blow up? Why not reach 1 million people? Why only 50 something? Yeah. So
Yes.
Reef. Now Reef is interesting in this regard because he just finished college, right? And you decided to take a year off and just start off YouTube and see how it goes. So do you still, after, I mean, it's only been 2 months, obviously, but still, do you still think that this could work for you?
Yeah, without a doubt, really. I was always the kid at college that didn't know what they wanted to do. Everyone was going off to university, and I was stuck here like, I don't want to do that. And I just thought to myself, the only thing I'd regret not trying is YouTube. So I thought I'd just take a year off and just try and devote myself to it and see where it goes from there.
All right. Yeah, no, that.
Me personally, I would wait like until I had like a good base in that to devote a really big chunk of my life like that, because the same friend I was talking about before who reached 300K and decided to stop YouTube, he told me that it took him a year alone just to hit 1,000 subscribers, and that after that it really kind of you get a good spike upward after that, but it takes a long time to hit that 1K mark.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that getting noticed as a tiny YouTuber takes a very, very long time, and it's all about plugging in your content everywhere you can, like spamming everybody just drop a like, share this, please. Just begging for subscribers at first, really. A low-key begging.
Yeah, I did that.
I think everybody here is doing that, pretty much. Let's be honest.
Right now, what I try and do, instead of share my content as much as possible, I try and get as many opinions as I can from people so that I can like make my content better. Because if I had a chance for 10,000 people to watch, say, 3 of my videos right now or later, I would probably opt for later, because I don't think my content's at the level that I would want it to be, to where I think people would stick around for it. I think people would maybe see it, maybe have a laugh, maybe some of them would subscribe and keep watching, but I think a lot of them would probably not stick around for it. And I would want my content to be at the level to where I can keep a base of people watching my stuff and not have to worry about that,
Yeah, I feel like, for myself at least, I feel that what I'm trying to do, if I'm to do it alone, I have to be I have to either yell a lot, which is not something I'm very fond of. I'm not usually a yelly type of guy. Or I would have to get a group of people around me, which would, where we could feed off each other and, just have this comedy, shtick, just, grow and grow and grow, and people will get used to that. So yeah, a part of this question, like, is this a long-term plan or not? Like, where do you guys see yourself in a year? Let's start off with Leilah this time. Where do you see yourself in a year regarding YouTube specifically?
I think I just kind of want to have like 100 subscribers in a year. And I know that sounds really small, but I try to set like goals really small so that when you
Manageable.
achieve them, you can actually achieve them, and then like
Hmm.
you know, have that satisfaction instead of not achieving them. And I kind of just want to have that assurance that people are actually enjoying my content instead of wondering whether there's a point in making the videos that you make. And I also kind of want to have all the equipment I need to improve my videos, because right now that's definitely a big problem as a 16-year-old.
Yeah. All right. And Maubus, what about you?
In a year, I'd say where I'd like to see myself, I'd like to see myself at 1,000 subs plus, but I don't know if that's super realistic. If my content can keep improving at the pace that it has been improving, at least in my opinion, my friends' opinions that have told me, then I think that I could probably reach that. But my backup plan has always been to just get my editing skills to a point where I can edit for other people and do that as a job instead of maybe YouTube, because it's easier to probably build up a skill rather than hope to get lucky and get a large audience, right? Like either one could happen, but I have the editing as a backup.
Right. I think people who succeed in the best way possible on YouTube is just people who are being themselves, and then in response, there's an audience that actually likes that person who is, being himself or herself, doing, whatever they are doing on their videos. And I think like if that's something that goes well for you, then you should probably do YouTube as a career or something similar to YouTube, because people actually like you. You are a likable person that people want to be close to or want to see more of. And in that regard, that if you're making others feel good naturally, not by trying too hard or like just dipping millions of hours into editing, I think that then something that's something you need to do. That's something you should focus on. That's just my opinion. What about you, DoPews? What do you think you'll be doing in a year regarding YouTube?
I'm still not very sure, but I hope that I still keep running in here. Well, I want to become big, but not very big. Well, we have to grow slowly, right? I would really like to not call myself a small YouTubers anymore. Just that's all.
Same.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Like any advice you would give people who are just starting off YouTube or thinking about starting off YouTube?
Make sure to get a good editing software. Try to start yourself off with, I guess, the best software that you can, so that you can grow with that software, I guess, and gain skill over time, so that you're not constantly having to jump from one thing to another thing and relearn the software. At least if you're trying to focus on editing in your videos.
I think even though I'm like still really small and like new at YouTube, I think the only advice I could give is if you have a specific topic that you want to focus on in YouTube, make sure it's something that you're very passionate about, so that when you don't grow like very fast, you can still feel satisfaction doing something that you really, really enjoy instead of looking at numbers.
Oh yeah.
All right, DoPews, what about you? What type of advice would you give to somebody who's not cracked the 1,000 mark yet?
Well, just don't easily give up.
Don't give up. That's a good advice.
I think just don't think about giving up. Just when you want to make a video, just make a video. Just post it, man.
Yeah. Reef, what about you? What do you think would be the best advice for somebody who's thinking about making a YouTube channel and starting off?
Honestly, I just think just go and enjoy it and do it. Mr. Beast was on 150k subs and he just used an iPhone, so you don't have to worry about being
I saw this.
restricted as long as you got the passion and people can see it, you know, they're gonna look past quality as long as they enjoy your product.
The best advice I could give to whoever's watching this and thinking that they should start YouTube, or people who have already started YouTube and, you know, stressing about everything, my advice would be don't stress. YouTube is not something that that goes well if you're, you know, working yourself to death and trying to get as many videos out there as possible, or as you know, you don't want to overdo it. You still need to reach a certain, like, you still need to provide some quality and some content to your audience, but, you know, just going overboard with it and spreading yourself out too much, I think it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Like, pick a topic that, as Leilah said, pick a topic that you're very passionate about, that you're good at least, and just do that for starters. See how it goes, and try not to get Maubus to fall asleep during your podcast. That's all about it, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
A whole lot of everything is luck too. I gotta be honest, because
Yeah.
like before
Yeah.
this, I was running on like a 2010 Alienware, right? And that was terrible, right? I could barely edit videos. I was trying my best, but it was really hard. And then COVID started, and then the job I was working at in high school, getting like $120 every like 2 weeks or something. I then got unemployed from that because obviously it's a small restaurant. It gets shut down, and then they gave me unemployment, which is like $800 a week. I'm like, all right, sure. And so that allowed me to get a lot of the things that I needed, and that's helped me out like a lot. And that was an insane, just lucky thing that happened.
Yeah, I think, yeah, and it needs to work out for you as well. It needs, you know, you need a good platform to, you know, start growing. I started with nothing, basically. I just had a bunch of local friends that maybe checked out 2 of my videos out of the 5 that I've uploaded at the time. And then I just started doing, like, I invited so many people to watch, and then I connected to a lot of streamers actually and other YouTubers as well. Yeah, just, you know, get out there as much. Don't be afraid to ask people what they think about your videos. It's like, even if somebody says your content it's still good criticism. It still gives you a, you know, like a key frame from where you can go next, and what you need to change or keep in order to, you know, grow and attract more people to your channel. And thank you again for being here. This has been valuable for me as well. I heard some stuff that I didn't know before, and it's giving me some sort of, you know, advice on what to do, what not to do, maybe. And hopefully you guys have the same experience, same benefits from this. And whoever's watching as well, I hope that a lot of people watch this and a lot of people get inspired and motivated to keep on going, or start, you know, and just get out there and do your stuff, share your, you know, be interesting and share that with everybody else, you know.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
So yeah, once again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great day and a great YouTube career. So
me too.
Thank
man.
you.
GG.
Good luck to you.
Cheers, guys.
all right, take it easy now.
See you,
Alright.
gamers.
All right, peace.